We're here with Rapids head coach Chris Armas. We'll start off with his general thoughts, previewing Miami, and we'll open up to questions.
Well, we're back at training this week, and like we said after the game, that after the game becomes before the game. We're just back to preparation, back to work. Um, try to learn and improve from our last performance. Try to ride some momentum from a really good win at home. Um, Knowing we have another important game. Every next game becomes the most important game of the year for us. So against a Miami team that we know is really well coached with Tata, who we know well, and a really, really talented team. Not sure exactly how they line up. We know they've done different things, 3 in the back, 4 in the back, with Messi, without Messi, but regardless, they're a really good team and an even better team at home. So we have a lot of work to do to prepare, but we're excited to go there and play against Miami for the first time that we ever have as the Rapids, and we love the challenge.
Coach, any injury update on some various players still dealing with some knocks?
Well, I said in my press conference after LAFC that Johnny Lewis will miss him for, it's still hard to tell with a knee injury. That is it 4 weeks? Is it 8 weeks? We're not totally sure, but we'll be without him for a short term for sure. And Jasper's getting close, so he's without pain in his soft tissue and hamstring, and we're likely to have him back, I think, in a couple of games. So he's looking strong, and I'd say Maxu has got his nose sorted, so he's got the mask still, but he'll be back in training tomorrow. So I'm not sure if I missed anyone, but that's
Connor. How's Connor doing?
Connor's doing all right. He's doing some light jogging, or like on the Ultra G, just the gravity, just doing okay there. We have to reassess that every few weeks with him, but he's going to be out at least another month, I'd say.
Since the second half of Portland, you said that they played very well the way you guys want to play. Has expectation risen since you played so well in these away matches?
Our expectation, has it risen? Listen, what I'd say about from the Portland game, the team just showed a lot of character and fight, and I've seen many teams in our league and around the world. You go down 4-0 in an opening match of the season, you could crumble, and our team didn't crumble, and that's what was really important from that Portland game, that we showed fight, grit, and we wouldn't give in, and we knew that on that day. I think we all showed ourselves, staff and players, that we, part of who we are, that DNA from early on was going to be that we're hard to beat. So internally, we have our expectations and standards. So home and away, we play to win. So we'll go to Miami to win, to attack, and knowing we have a really tough opponent. We're not naive that way. So it'll take another performance of us being at our best. That's the standard.
2 new goal scorers this weekend. So I think that's 7 goal scorers on the year now. What is it about, whether it's your system or your game plan, that's allowing you to spread the ball around and find goals from new guys?
I asked Moyes, I know it's his first MLS goal. I said, hopefully it's not your last. That we see the next one at some point. But look, it's really nice to see a set-piece goal. These guys work really hard at this. Sharpie does a good job with them, and they're attentive. They put a lot of time into this. So see that the team and Moy get rewarded for that, great. And then equally important that Georgi Mihalovic gets on the score sheet. 2 goals and an assist, really important for his confidence. You can see what it meant to him and the team. In terms of what we're doing style of play-wise, we're trying to just get into certain areas, try to be clinical in when we get into certain areas, upgrading our shots with different metrics and things that we know where goals come from and where they're scored and how they're scored. So listen, it's still the hardest thing to do in football, but we have created some chances this year, haven't capitalized, and in this game, we score 3. We create a few more. Yappy almost gets one. There's a few of these moments where we just want to reward ourselves for the team for some fairly good play this year, and we'll keep working at it. This is not going to go away. We're going to keep trying to work at scoring because we do want to attack, and that's where I give the team, the staff, all of us. We played to win the game against LAFC. From the opening whistle, we wanted to attack them, and we knew they'd put us in a tough game. But even when we went to 2 strikers, it was an attacking substitute and tactical shift because we wanted to win the match. So I'm glad that we got rewarded. The match before, Mihalovic says, look, I'd rather lose going for it, when we brought on Kamani and we really pushed the game to win. We'll continue to be aggressive, smart while doing so, but we want to really live by what we say, that we want to be an attacking team.
I asked you this a couple of weeks ago with your kind of who's starting on the wings and that rotation. I think since then it's been 2 different wing rotations. Did you see anything in this game that maybe settles that down a little bit, or are you still kind of experimenting with who's going to start out there?
Listen, we want it to be a competitive situation in our team, that we know we have good players, we know we have good attackers, but Kevin's done all right, and he had a good preseason, and he gets rewarded with the start. And I think he does well with it. You see that Omir came off the bench, and I thought he was a real spark, some of his best football yet. Calvin's always a threat and looking confident. So we know we have that. Kamani's knocking on the door. However, we like the 4-2-2-2 when we went to it with the 2 strikers. So we'll develop some tactical flexibility in how we line up, and we'll have decisions to make this week. But we want it to be competitive. We want guys that internal competition. We say we want that to be strong, and that can sometimes be stronger even than the external competition. So we want that. That will drive each player to be better and better. We like these challenges as coaches.
Still haven't seen Lamine on the field yet. How's he looked in practice? Is that something that's maybe getting closer and closer, or how's that situation playing out?
Yeah, look, we talk about that internal competition. He's pushing the guys right now, and he's doing all that he can do. It's not an anti-Lamine type of thing. It's actually that we see Cole Bassett and Ali really fighting hard. When you get that jersey or that start there, that they're not giving it up easy. So we think 2 of those boys, these Colorado boys that can push and physically suffer and endure. In some moments they just can repeat sprint, and we have different ways we can use Lamine. If we have the lead or certain moments down the stretch, we know we could even bring 3 6s in. So we'll keep finding ways to, thinking about ways to get Lamine involved. I think that's what he needs most, to just get some minutes, and it's not for a lack of what he's not doing. We just the game hasn't demanded that yet in our minds.